For this week's Two Works for You in the Garden segment, Taft Price talks with Paul James, the gardener guy, about plants which do not require much attention.
Good morning, welcome back to In the Garden. And you know what, Paul, whenever you look out in your yard and you see conifers, you think, oh, how beautiful they are, but sometimes they're a little bit on the big side. Today, you're going to talk about mini connies. That's what I like to call them.
Mini connies, great.
Yes.
And we have mini connies.
Oh, okay.
They are such beautiful little conifers.
Yeah, they really are.
These come from one of the finest growers anywhere in the world, Isley Nursery out of Boring, Oregon.
Okay.
And they grow these minis, which, you know, if you're a railroad train or garden enthusiast, you know, people put their trains out there. These are
Perfect.
awesome. If you're into the fairy garden things, these are awesome. But I like them as bonsai starters,
okay,
or just planted in a bed and arranged such that they're so cool to look at. Look at this. Talk about a bonsai starter.
Yeah.
So this is a Shimpaku juniper.
That's what I thought.
And it's in the it's in the windswept form, which in Japanese it's fukinagashi.
Yes.
But it looks as though the prevailing winds, you know, have just
Pushing
been,
it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those are great, and put that in a bonsai pot, you're done.
Yeah, awesome.
This, believe it or not, is a holly, but feel the density.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, you guys can't enjoy what he's enjoying.
Feels like
now, but
plastic.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, it's just amazing. Love this.
Pretty cool.
And then,
There's this one.
yes, it's a pine. It's a mugo pine, and this one's called Twisty. But there again, put that in a pot, you've got an instant bonsai or a conversation piece out in the garden.
And that's a nice thing I've seen. Just out of the 3 or 4 that we see at the beginning, Paul, you have some big variety in the different kinds of textures and looks that you want.
Yes, and they're all dwarfs, but they do have different growth rates. So
Okay.
some might grow a 1/4 inch a year, kind of like my waist size. Some may grow 2 to 4 inches a year, more like your waist size. Sorry, buddy. But you can prune them and keep them small. They're just a lot of fun. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this.
A lot of
It's just
character.
Distorted, weird, funky, but again, it's almost like a solid piece. You know, when you feel it, it seems fake.
And that's the funny thing is you've always said anything that we plant, you want it to be somewhere people drive by, stop, and come up and ask you what it is. This right here is like, what is this thing?
Yeah.
It's exactly what you want.
Yeah, I have one of these bonsai and I have one planted in the garden. So they're really easy to grow. I mean, the same requirements that the full-size conifers would need.
Okay.
So no special needs. Now in the winter, if they're in pots, you might want to mulch those pots heavily, cover them with some mulch to protect the root ball. Other than that, they're fine. Now we've also got, the same grower produces a lot of Japanese maples. So these are minis. Now most of these will grow into full-size Japanese maples, but for bonsai enthusiasts, you know, they know how to keep them small. And they're wonderful too, with so many different, look at the variegation on that.
Yeah, and the nice colors.
Yes, and the color changes as soon as fall, well, fall's officially here, it just doesn't quite.
Guess if it'll ever get here and stay here.
Yeah, but yeah, these produce dramatic fall foliage. So, I don't know, it's something I think that, you know, a lot of people have an interest in. It's captivated a lot of people, and myself included, and I wanted to show them all there. It's a good time to wrap this up though, you know why?
Why?
It's raining.
Oh, yeah, guess it's telling us it's time to go. Guess we're out of here.
Gardening and weather, they always go together.
Always go together. Hey, you got a little drop on your lens
I
there.
know. Ugh.